A full house expected here tonight, Coach, over 70,000, and the fans still filing into Mercedes-Benz Stadium just west of downtown Atlanta. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Atlanta Falcons. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. It's a short kick, taking it to 15.
Let's go, boys, let's go!
At their own 29-yard line.
Ready. 55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike. I got
Go.
I got you. You're all mine.
Yep.
You're all mine. 55 is Mike, guys. 55. It's coming this way. Here we go.
Ito Smith, his first carry. He'll have a first down past the 40. Ito Smith, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
You ready?
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready. Now, Katie.
45. Ricky.
They go play action here on first down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
First down, Minnesota.
Ready. Step 180.
Check Mike 45. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Check.
Great. Ready.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Takk McKinley made his way into the backfield.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Newton to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing is Newton. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. They bring the pressure as he gets this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26.
Here's Newton. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere.
Gun, gun.
45, Mike, 45.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Down. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Two times. 4 down.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike 4. Exit. Mike 4. It's just me and you.
You're out.
Time.
Let go.
Now Ito Smith, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again. And instead, it works opposite.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator.
Bandit. Mike 4. You ain't going nowhere. Mike 4. Watch the run. Mike 4.
Fair.
It's our time. Switch.
Protein spill.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
5, 5.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Double dog, that's the way. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Check, 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 check.
They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Double time, double time. Watch one, watch one.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 22, Newton. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Newton. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Takk McKinley able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Gun.
Now Newton. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And the Vikings, 1st down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Great.
Switch it, here, switch it.
And they're going to go with the jet sweep. This is Diggs with it. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Set. 180.
Shoot! Watch the shoot!
From the 30 on 2nd down, Newton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. From the gun, here's Newton. Rolling to his right, and that will be incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Hey, 80 weapons.
4 down, 4 down, 4 down. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Check 3, check 3. Ship.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
He's set right here, set on the right, set on the right. Hey, we got 4 down.
Smooth.
Mike 4. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
X3, 218, chopper.
Man, that's trash. Mike 4, Mike.
Hey, Alpha.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
6-6, let's go.
2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Watch the slant. Mike 55.
5.
He'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Pulled in at the 24. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Check 45. You better be afraid of me.
8.
Be afraid of me.
first down. Here's the run with Cook. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Newton on first down. And an alley to run. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down now. It's Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Check 15. Check 15. Gun. Check my 45. Check my 45. They're going to need some therapy.
They run again on first down. Cook. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Cook, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Gun.
Now it's Newton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never got a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And finding the tight end, Hooper. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
I got you.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. All day. All day. 55 Mike, guys. 55. Bring it. Mike, 55.
Now.
2nd and 5. Man open. That's Calvin Ridley. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Calvin Ridley. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Here we go. Here we go. 30 base.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right. 4 down. 4 down. Check.
Hey, Echo.
Mike 4. Mike 4. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Alert flare. Alert flare. Flare. Flare.
Ready, ready.
They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
On the run, it's Smith. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
All day, every day, any day. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Here we go, here we go.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be taken at the 10. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Check 9, check 9. Great.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10. at the 45-yard line.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning. Hey, orbit. Don't get nervous.
Mike 4. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Mike 4. Mike 4.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Mike 4. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going left side here, and it's complete. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Check, boy.
Hey, high 7.
55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Army. 55 to
Back to throw now on first down. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Second and 1. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Hey.
Mike 4.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come on here. Let's go.
Here we go now with Smith. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Falcons have retaken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Watch the slip.
Rodgers now on first down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt.
baby. That's our ball. That's our ball. Yeah.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Everyone got 4 down. Motion man, watch 12.
Throwing is Rodgers. Going right side here, and that's complete. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Got it. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They keep it with Smith on 1st down. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Here we go. 8, read. Hey, wahoo.
Mike 4. Watch the run. This side, baby. That's it.
Go.
Mike 4. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Second and 14. He's got Hooper on the short connection. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Ready. 90, Wolf. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Hey, Wolf. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
3 bucks. Mike 4. Okay, double up.
They'll look to throw. Cooper's got it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10, down at the 31.
Mike 4. Watch QB drop.
Deep rip.
They'll set up a throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up second and 10.
Here we go.
5.
Mike 55. I'm scared.
Go.
Looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Mike 55. Check 55. Mike.
Don't get nervous.
Mike 55. I'm coming.
Hey, Alpha.
I'm coming.
Mike 55. Hey, eat.
They'll look to throw here. And he comes back with one complete. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will tie things at 17 all. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Get 300. Check Mike 45. Check Mike.
On first down, Rodgers. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a run with Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Tight into the right, boy. Tight into the right. Move. We got 4. We got 4.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg. And his throw here's incomplete. Stephon Diggs has... intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. It's caught. Jones. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 14.
Here we go. Here we go. 180.
Check 45.
From the red zone now, Newton. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And now another one thrown incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a disappointing outcome there with a chance to take the lead.
And Brandon, that's not the first time he's missed. That's now 3 that have gone begging. They'd be in the clear right now if it weren't for all those misses.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Second and 4 at the 27-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 4. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
2nd and 4. That one complete to Elliott. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Ready? Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Hey, Charlie.
Here we go, here we go. Mike 4, Mike 4. Oh, here we go. Oh.
On 3rd down, Smith. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been terrific so far. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Newton now to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
On 1st down, Newton. It's complete to Diggs. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. is Newton. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on second down. Newton, and Diggs has it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
6 yards. And it's third down.
The Vikings on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Cook. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kicker, but overall, get more yardage, maybe a chance for a touchdown, but no, absolutely not. Run that field goal kicker out there. Kick it. You've got to take the chance to take the lead right now. You don't want to put it back on your defense.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Able to find Shaheen here. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Mike 4, Mike 4. We own it. We own it. Mike 4. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. I smell fear in that offense. Get it.
2nd and 6. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Hey, exit.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Too little, Cupcake. 55 is Mike, guy. 55. I got one. I got one. I got one.
Now.
He'll drop to throw. On the move to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy.
Hey, orbit.
Mike 4. Tackles. Tackles.
Ready?
A first down carry for Smith. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Second and 11. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Stay with your man. Mike 4, Mike 4. I'm coming.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. In for the score as his guys are able to regain the lead. He's been a frequent target, and with catches like that, one-handed in the end zone, I'd keep going his way.
And he's doing it every which way, isn't he? Two hands, and in this case, we just saw it with one hand. Almost reminds me of a great return of service guy in tennis. No matter how you whack it at him, it comes back at you. In this case, it just envelops it and brings it in.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me. 8.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike.
Out of the gun, Newton. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Mike, 45.
Second and 10, Newton again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Rip right, rip right.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And this one complete to Smith. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
This is Coleman. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
He's crashing. He's checking.
20.
From the 30 on second down. Newton dancing to his left. Left side caught by Diggs. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal.
Check it back.
He's back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play, and what to do now on fourth and goal.
No gain on the play. It's 4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on fourth and goal. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on fourth and goal. Running for it, here's Cook. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Cook turned away on fourth and goal. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win. Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game. So for Atlanta, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.